Hello, my name is Dr. Jitka Vseteckova, and I'm a senior lecturer in health and social care in the Faculty of Wellbeing, Education and Language Studies at the Open University. As part of the Aging Well series, many lectures, we're exploring how important it is over our lifespan to maintain a well-balanced nutrition and hydration, as well as regular physical and social activity in older age. We explore how using this knowledge might facilitate self-management and delay the aging processes for as long as we can. As we know, we start aging the moment we're born. It demonstrates more significantly when we are or when we reach a certain age, the usual benchmark being 65 plus. But our aging starts much, much sooner, and the way aging demonstrates when we are over 65 depends a lot on decisions we have been making over our lifespan. Today, we'll focus on hydration. Aging brings about changes in metabolic rate, muscles, brain, liver, kidney, and overall mobility. All the changes are affected by how well we do on a daily basis in terms of hydration. Also, our daily hydration, which is the amount of water or liquids we drink every day, will affect further changes and speed some of those changes on the metabolic rate, liver and kidney function, muscle function, nervous system, and overall feeling of well-being and mobility. When we don't drink enough, the metabolic rate decreases, slowing further down metabolic processes in our body, how fast we process food, drugs, medication we're taking. Our already aging liver and kidneys suffer from insufficient hydration. Processing the medication is slowed down, and we're more likely to suffer negative side effects of drugs, medication we're taking, and we risk that the meds we're taking will have a further cumulative side effects in our body. This is closely linking to how drugs are moving throughout the body. So we need to be concerned about how we can eliminate quickly all the meds from the system, as accumulation of drugs leads to many negative side effects. And also how the drugs take effect changes as we age. Aging changes result in different responses to the same amount of the same drug we have been taking over our lifespan. Drugs take longer to act and longer to clear out, and this is in relatively hydrated body. So further dehydration makes all metabolic processes much slower, prolonging the negative effects of the drugs. This negatively influences our muscle function and neural system function, which in turn increases our sedation. We may feel weaker, dizzier, wobblier, and have higher risk of falls and falls-related injuries. One of main consequences here is immobility and loss of independence in our lives. Dehydration long term can also cause memory loss and other symptoms mimicking early signs of dementia or Alzheimer's disease. When drinking plenty, these are usually reversible. When we are well hydrated, it helps our metabolism to work optimally. Coffee, tea, alcohol can overstimulate the bladder and have a diuretic effect, which means that we go for a wee more often. For each cup of coffee or tea or alcohol, you may want to have a glass of water. Staying hydrated is good and very necessary for our physical and mental health and well-being. So what can you then do better? Keep well hydrated throughout the day. Water, milk and tea all count. Enjoyable and varied food with plenty of fruits and vegetables, enough fiber, reducing salt intake is really important and will help us keep an eye on having enough vitamins in our diet. The government recommends in the Eat Well guide that we drink plenty fluids, equivalent to 6 to 8 glasses of fluid a day, or 1.5 to 2 liters. The fluids we drink can include water, low-fat milk, sugar-free drinks like tea and coffee. Being thirsty is our body's natural way of saying we need to drink. Doctors call this drinking to thirst. Everyone should drink to thirst unless we're advised differently or specifically restricted by our doctor to what we can drink. This can be the case if we have conditions linked to our heart, kidney, or liver. For example, it's important that if we have a condition like heart failure, that we just drink to thirst and don't drink excessively. Some people with heart failure may have a fluid restriction that is usually around 1.5 liters a day, but this can vary from individual to individual. So if you are not sure, check with your GP before changing the amount you drink. It is normal to sometimes feel thirsty, and we may need to drink more fluids, especially if we're hot, exercising, or not feeling so well. However, it is not normal to constantly feel thirsty. If you find that you are feeling more thirsty than normal and drinking doesn't quench your thirst, please see your GP to check this out. Make sure you get enough sleep and discuss with your GP if you need all the medication you are taking. Stop smoking and really go easy on alcohol. Maybe avoid it completely if possible, especially if you're taking medication on a regular basis. Our thirst mechanism can change as we get older, and if you know that you have become less thirsty, it's important to more closely monitor how much you drink every day to ensure you're keeping hydrated. Staying hydrated is really good and very necessary for our physical and mental well-being. As we grow older, we may also forget to drink, and our feeling of thirst will decrease with increasing age. So please let others remind you to drink and have a measure of what you have drunk so far throughout the day. Here is to your good health. And thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this clip, feel free to follow the links on screen for more interesting articles and free courses from the Open University.